Hello there. Welcome to Penarth Archery Club's YouTube channel. My name is Jeremy. As you can see from the videos that have recently been uploaded to the channel, I've been focusing on why we started our club and also explaining how we use the 10-point shooting sequence, TPSS, to teach new and existing archers. And I've put a number of videos detailing each of the elements of TPSS up onto the channel. Meanwhile, I wanted to look at one of the main issues that all new archers face when starting their archery journey in a club, and that is eventually buying their first set of equipment. Our sport is a minority sport and quite unusual in the level of specialist equipment that is needed. There are not a lot of retailers available to use. I tend to make sure that members purchase gear from reputable retailers or try to check out private purchases for them. So this is the topic for this series of 3 videos. This is not about comparing or discussing particular makes of equipment. This is a general overview of what is needed, some pointers on what to look for, and some comment and information on the relative merits of some equipment. There are plenty of videos and articles online about specific equipment, bow setups, who uses what make of bows, limbs, arrows, etc. That's good, but for those new to the sport or who are progressing, those video articles can sometimes be a bit too involved, discussing matters that new archers aren't aware of or understand. So for new archers, those that have been shooting a while or perhaps don't understand their equipment, or for anyone involved in the sport at the club and social archer level, this is the target audience for these videos. If you've watched the videos on our channel and seen our website, you will see that we train our new members using the Olympic recurve technique and equipment. We do this whether they're doing a taster session or taking on our introduction sessions, and when they join the club, we continue using this method. As a result of this, a new member of the club has become familiar to a degree with both the technique and the equipment. We've purchased good quality setups so that the new archer begins their training on equipment similar to that used by our more experienced archers. Essentially, the bow bag full of gear that they use during this time contains the equipment that they will be looking to obtain as their own going forward. I made considerable efforts to ensure these new members are not intimidated or confused by the huge variety of equipment that's available, and spend time discussing what they will need, where they can get the gear, the cost involved, and how I can help them to assemble their first set of equipment. I draw up quite a detailed shopping list to help them, depending on how they intend to purchase the kit. I usually suggest a number of alternatives so they can mix and match items, depending on their personal choices and the necessity, their budget. Each new club member is an individual and will have their own take on what they want to get out of the sport, also how much time they can dedicate to it, and obviously the costs involved. They've already spent money, perhaps on a taster session, definitely on our introduction sessions, and then the fees in joining the club. So getting value for money and the right equipment for them is a priority. Unfortunately, some clubs don't offer this level of help to new members. Sometimes they provide a straightforward list of items that are needed and send them to the local archery shop. This doesn't always work out well. It can result in the purchase of unsuitable items, perhaps things where the new archer was incorrectly measured for draw length and then bow length. They get a club with incorrect equipment and have had to return to the shop to change things. Sometimes there are only a few alternatives with elements of the kit, and they wind up buying more expensive items. With recurve bows, we can, if it's managed correctly, help the archer obtain the correct equipment for them and manage the costs effectively. By ensuring that they know I will help them set up the equipment, even assembling arrows for them if that's what they want, they can be confident in ordering items online. They then have their first bow and accessories with no issues matched to their requirements. Equipment they can be proud of and know that will do the role needed. So for this video, I will take as an example a new member who's been shooting for several months since their taster session. At this stage, they want to obtain their own gear, and for this example, it will be an Olympic recurve and associated equipment. During their time with the club, I will have been assessing their form and what equipment they will be needing going forward. This being in terms of bow length, which is linked to their draw length, and especially limb draw weight. We will have been chatting about this, so when they reach this stage, we all have a good idea of what they will want and how best to obtain it. Purchasing used equipment is something that we will discuss. While there is quite a bit of used archery equipment on the market, the chances of finding something suitable can be quite low. Individual items may be okay, but often archery equipment is listed as a complete set, and this is restrictive if the bow length or draw weight or arrow length etc. are not suitable. If some equipment is seen, it can be looked at, discussed, and a decision made on whether to go for it. The club member is very much relying on the experience and knowledge that I and others in the club have of both the sport overall and the equipment to guide them whether buying used or new equipment. If they decide to purchase new equipment, it is quite useful that most of our club members have started archery in the last 18 months or so, and so have recently purchased their gear. The new member can look at the gear, which is all new and up to date, ask questions, and so get a good feel for what is available and what they would like. I have done shopping lists for a number of members, even detailing product codes for online sites. One member actually sent me a video of them scrolling down their shopping basket on an online site and asking for confirmation they had the right items in their basket. Quickly went online and checked, and they then spent their hard-earned money on shiny new items. A recent new member came to the house to order their equipment as their laptop was playing up, so we sat in front of the computer and sorted it all out. This kind of help and guidance takes a huge weight off their shoulders, and I then know they're getting the correct equipment. There's a big investment in terms of time and effort on the part of the three very experienced members of the club, myself, my wife Yvonne, and our good friend Gary. We have many years of experience in various clubs, all shooting at competition level, and can pool our ideas in many areas. So there is a balanced approach, especially when advising on techniques, but also on equipment. So for this video, we will leave matters there. The next video, part 2, is where we'll look at the actual shopping list and look at each item in more detail. Hope you have found this video helpful and informative. It would be great if you could hit the like button and perhaps subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. So thanks for watching, and I'll be back with part 2.